Leo. Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. Leo, this is going to be a general reading for July 2024. And in today's reading, we're going to be doing the Hermit's Lantern. And so we're going to be taking a focus off of the outside world, and we're going to be going inwards. And we're going to start off by looking at what's coming up from your shadow to heal. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that term shadow, I've left a really good video in the description box below, and it's called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work, and it's all about facing your shadow, and that's taken from my other channel called Carol Cares, where I deal with a lot of videos that will help you with your mental health challenges as you're on this healing journey. This is a healing channel. And then I'm going to look at number 2 is what's the origin of this, and that's going to kind of give us a little bit more clarity on what's coming up from your shadow. And in number 3, we're going to be looking at how is this showing up in your daily life, because what a lot of people don't realize is that 95% of what's sitting in our unconscious, what's sitting in our shadow, is actually having the most impact on our daily lives. And we often think it's, what we're consciously aware of, but that's only 5% of the impact that it's having on our daily lives. So it's really important to look at what's coming up in your shadow for you to heal. And then we're going to look at how can I heal this? So I'm going to ask the tarot to give you some advice at how you can start to heal this. And then we're going to look at how your life is going to change once you begin to heal this. And then I'll end it with some recommendations from my other channel called Carol Cares, as I mentioned earlier. And that's going to be some videos that are more specific to what's coming up in this reading for you. And so we're going to start off with using the Tarot of the Abyss, and I'm going to select my 5 cards from there. And then I'm going to clarify each card with the Rider-Waite deck. And then we'll get going with your reading. So, hope you're all doing well. It seems like, every time I start these monthly videos, it's like I haven't spoken to you for so long. So I do have some really good news that I want to share with you right now, if you've stayed around this far in my video. And that is, there have been some emails coming in from you asking if I do personal readings. And I mean, personal readings has always been on the table for me. I wanted to really get this this channel, going, first of all. And because it's been coming up and people have been asking to me, that's sort of a sign from the universe saying, all right, you're ready to go now. So I will be putting out a video probably in the next 2 weeks. There's some things that I need to get in place right now, and I'm almost there. It's just more with setting up the payment system with it, and I'm getting a bit of help from that so that it's a secure payment system. And then what I'm going to do is I will post a video on my community page probably, and that's going to give you a bit more information about it and where you can go to book your reading. And obviously it's going to be first come, first serve. I have no idea how many people are going to come through with wanting a reading, but I will try to make it financially, available for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a coupon, a 10% off coupon for you. And that coupon is going to be in the video itself that I post, right? So it's not going to be something that I advertise anywhere else. So, I think this is really pretty much going to go out to my subscribers, first of all, where I'm going to see, what sort of interest there is in it. And then you'll see the 10% coupon there, and you'll be able to apply that once you make your payment. There'll be a spot for you to put that coupon in for you, and that coupon won't last forever. I think I'm just going to keep it up for maybe a couple weeks and see how it goes from there. So stay tuned. I imagine it's probably going to be sometime next week. I'm hoping that I'm going to be putting it up when everything is ready to go. So let's begin your reading. So let's ask the tarot right now for what's coming up for Leo's shadow to heal? And I'm going to ask for one card for that, and it wanted me to have the sun in reverse for you. And then we're going to look at what is its origin. What's the origin of this card that comes up here? And you have the five of swords that fired out on the floor. Next, we're going to look at how is this showing up in your daily life? How is this showing up in Leo's daily life? One card for that, please. It's thinking a little bit harder for that one, for sure. Try this again. So how is it showing up in Leo's daily life? All right, so the Hanged Man, the Hanged One, it's called in this deck, and that is in reverse. The Hangman in reverse. It's always complicated because it's the Hangman is upside down already. All right, so number 4 is how can I heal this? Here we go. How can Leo heal this? Black and white decks are confusing because the front and the back are all black. So the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. Oh, sorry. The Page of Swords. I was like, I thought I already had the 5. The Page of Swords. I didn't read the first word properly. The Page of Swords. And how will my life change once I do the work? So how is Leo's life going to change once they start to do this work and work on this, whatever's coming up from their shadow? One more card before we can get to the clarifiers. There we go. The Three of Wands in reverse. The Three of Wands. Okay, so we have a couple swords on the table. 2 major arcana cards. So, major arcana cards, maybe, universal forces, big energies taking part in play this month. A couple of them you have here. So let's ask the universe for some clarifiers for the sun. I'm going to ask for, 2 to 3 cards to clarify the sun here. And this reading right here that I'm doing for you today, the Hermit's Lantern, and it's actually going to be a reading that's going to be offered to you. It's one of the readings, actually, that you can select from. There's going to be about 5, I think, 5 readings. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And I'm going to ask for one more. We got to move these over. There we go. The Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. Let's ask for a couple clarifiers for the Five of Swords, please. Two clarifiers here. I think we got a few here. We got the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and one more, the Five of Swords in reverse. So that's very interesting that you have it clarified again, and so we're going to focus on that because there's definitely, when it comes out clarifying itself, it's a very powerful card. Okay, how can Leo heal this? And sorry, not number 3 position. How is it showing up in Leo's daily life here? Okay. These wanted to come out. You have the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords. Oof, lots of swords here. And the Page of Wands in reverse. And the Page of Swords. Let's have some clarifiers for that, please. Page of Swords. Have a couple clarifiers for that. You have the High Priestess in reverse, and the Three of Wands. And let's clarify this, here's the Three of Wands again here, right in the middle. Okay. Let's clarify that one in reverse. Okay, we have the King of Wands, the Star card, and the Chariot. I'm gonna put the Chariot first because I felt like it was coming out very slowly, and in my head, and sometimes I doubt myself, but it was like, take this one first, and I didn't, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take it first, just because it kind of, I heard take this one first, and then, all right. So Leo, I'm gonna start off what I want to do for you at the end. What I want to do for you at the end is I'm going to pull a Sacred Medicine Oracle card for you as well. Right after I suggest some readings for you. So I'll put that over here. And so in December of 2023, I put out, I think it was at the end of December, beginning of January, I put out some readings for you. Maybe it was in January, maybe 2024. I put out some readings for you. They were yearly readings. So I pulled 12 cards in your reading. And for July, your overall energy was the King of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse. And so we're going to look at that as the overriding energy here for you. The King of Pentacles. The King is, in my deck, is the masculine part of us. We all have a masculine part and we all have a feminine part. It has nothing to do with gender. And each side has some qualities that we're asked to be taken on here and become aware of as well, because the King in particular, who is the masculine side, like I said, that is our ego self, and it'll always come up in my deck as the ego self. But because it has 4 different aspects to it, because of the suits. So the King of Pentacles talks about everything. Well, the pentacle itself is the body, and it's our physical body, and it talks about everything to do with, getting back in your body and starting to feel some of what's going on and what's coming up, right? And so, but the King, the ego self, often what happens is our ego self very much lives in our head. So we're kind of driven, we are driven by our head often, and we think that's all our conscious mind. But the ego self is very much petrified for us to get back into our body, which is the feminine side of us, and start to feel some of our emotions. And so why is this showing up for you this month as an overriding energy? Well, I think it's really, it's asking you to stay aware of how your ego self, and you'll hear it sometimes, will tell you, don't go near your emotions. Don't go back in your body, because going back into our body and coming back into our body out of our heads. And we did have some sword energy. We do have a lot of sword energy here, I'm seeing. And sword energy is your mental energy, where you live in your head a lot. And so the ego self will not want you to go into your emotions and back into your body, because the ego self is very petrified, very, very scared part of us. And so we're going to see how that, plays out here in this reading today. So let's begin with the Sun card here. And this is what's coming up from your shadow to heal, is the Sun card, is the first card here. So the Sun, remember we're talking about our shadow here. So the Sun represents joy, pure joy. Think about when you were younger. What brought you pure joy? And that's a hard one for us to go back and try to think of. Well, I don't know if I know what brought me joy when I was younger. But there are parts of you, your inner children will remember what brought you joy. Because there was something that brought you joy when you were younger. And it's in reverse here. And so this tells me that there was something when you were younger that you wanted to do that brought you joy. And for some reason, maybe you took a different direction. Maybe, and it explains here, I think I know why you took a different direction. So yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is sitting right behind it. And the Nine of Pentacles often talks to me about abundance. The Pentacle can talk about your health. The Pentacle can speak about your workplace, your self-worth. And this joy that you had would have been this choice when you were younger. It would have brought this self-worth. It would have made you feel good. It was something that you wanted to do when you were younger. So it could have been a job you wanted to do, a career. It could have been something that, something to do with your health. Because, this kind of explains it, this last card, which is the Thief card here. And this is the card of your mental energy. This is the card of you as a younger individual collecting all these swords. So what is these mental thoughts? What do I mean by that? When you were younger, your people around you, could be your parents, your caretakers, your teachers, adults, relatives, other kids in the schoolyard, told you things about yourself that were not true. But as a child, you're like a sponge and you take these things in. And so you collect all these things about yourself, like you're not allowed to do that. You wouldn't be able to do that. You're not big enough. You're not strong enough. You're not smart enough. And these are the things that we collected. And so I see here that there was something that brought you a lot of joy when you were younger, something you wanted to do. And because of what you were told by other people, you didn't do it. And so that's what's sitting in your shadow right now for you to heal, because I'm sure it's probably preventing you from maybe going into this direction right now. I don't know. But we'll see what this turns out in the reading here. So what is its origin? What is its origin? Well, number 2 is over here. So the origin of this is the Five of Swords in reverse. And so here we have another sword card, mental energy. The Five of Swords talks to me about, look at this boy right here. He's looking at this jar, and he's imagining taking that pin. And you're a kid, so you imagine taking this pin, and you're gonna, that you have the power to end this butterfly's life at any moment. The Five of Swords is a card that speaks to me about, it's a bullying card. And, in this card, it would be the boy's the bully and the butterfly is the victim. And so this speaks to me about the shame. I always look at the bullying card, the Five of Swords card, as from the viewpoint of the victim. And so I'm seeing here that the origin of this particular situation here that's coming up, and it's talking about our swords that you've collected. Remember, we talked about that. In particular is the shame, is unworthiness that has come up here. And so I'm seeing here that, yes, there's unworthiness here. And because of this unworthiness, there has been some shame that has been given to you. And shame is that shitty emotion that we all carry. Nobody wants to admit that we have it, but we all have it. And that's what causes our unworthiness, because of what you've been told. And here's the origin of it is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is a gift from the universe. It's the card of authenticity. It represents who we are, right? And so I'm seeing here that your sense of who you were was very much distorted because of the shame that was handed to you and what people told you about yourself. And the origin is, here's this Knight of Pentacles, is a Pentacle card comes up again, representing our worthiness, and there's this, the Knights are our freedom, and you wanted this freedom. You wanted this freedom to to be yourself, to feel worthy, and you get your freedom through your authenticity and who you are. And that was really taken away from you. And here's the Five of Swords again. It stresses because of maybe you were bullied as a child. Maybe you were very much bullied. And again, that could be at school, that could be from your parents, your caretakers, and your sense of worthiness and who you are, like I said, was very much distorted because there were other people around you that told you things about you that weren't true. And yet as a child, you're a sponge, so you took all of that on. And how is it showing up in your daily life today? How is this showing up? You have the Hanged Man here in reverse. The Hanged Man in an upright position, they call this card, they call it the Hanged One here. It talks about being able to be very comfortable in your own skin, being able to see things in a different perspective, right? But when you're a child and you're told these things, you believe them. And that's the perspective that you see. And so how is this showing up in your daily life? Well, you're very much someone that is not comfortable in your own skin. You have this unworthiness and this shame that you're carrying around because of what's sitting in your shadow of the bullying and what people told you when you were younger. Because that's in reverse right now. So that tells me that you don't feel comfortable in your own skin. And how is it showing up? Well, here's the Ten of Swords. I mean, your mental thoughts about yourself and what you think about yourself and what is not true have done you in. And you're in a position here right now where you're done in from, you feel very unworthy. You have this shame that is weighing you down and you have a lot of pain. Three swords here. Here's your heart and you have 3 swords piercing it. 3 of these heavy mental thoughts about yourself are piercing it. And I can't say enough about this sword's energy that's showing up. And you have this Page of Wands in reverse here. Now the pages in my deck speak about our inner child. And this inner child is the Wands. This is the child that knows our purpose and knows what direction we're meant to go in. Very much in touch with that. So you have an inner child here that needs healing. It's in reverse right now, which means it's there's a resistance here to listening to it, because oftentimes, our inner children can be yelling at us and screaming at us and wanting to be healed. And because I see that, because of these 2 sword cards, well, you have an inner child that is very much trying to talk to you about their pain, the shame right here that they want to talk to you about, that they've collected over the years. And they want to heal this because they want to take your life in a new direction. They want to take your life in a new direction, because here's this pentacle card right here that, Pentacles is about our workspace or what we wanted to do. They want to take your life in a new direction. They want to bring you joy. They know where you're meant to go. They know what your purpose is and where you're supposed to go. But the shame is just weighing you down. These belief systems that you have about yourself are too much. And so how can you heal this? Well, the Page of Swords is coming up. Here's another page, right? Our pages in my deck are my inner children who need healing. And there's 4 different pages in my deck. Can we have more than one inner child? Absolutely. Why do I know that? From experience. I have complex trauma, and I've been in intensive healing for the last 7 years, and I've discovered that I have more than one inner child that needs healing. This particular inner child is the child that holds our truth, our authenticity right here that we've been talking about, of who you really are. Once you start scraping away and feeling and getting back into your body and starting to heal some of that shame, this is when you're going to start to get in this is when you're going to start to find out who you really are. And so we need to heal. The universe says, well, how can you heal this? You need to heal this child of yours, this inner child of yours that wasn't able to find out who they were when they were younger, wasn't able to live that out. High Priestess comes in here right after that. And the High Priestess is a Major Arcana card. And the High Priestess here, she's in reverse because she's blocked right now. But she speaks about our inner guidance, our intuition. She's the feminine side to us, right? You have this ego self that's going to block all of this getting back into our body, block all of this getting in touch with that shame. The High Priestess says, here's your inner guidance. Here's your intuition. Here's getting back into your body and really listening to our inner guidance and trying to find out about all those things that are hidden from us. You know, behind that veil, that's what's hidden. And a lot of people think that we can't get in touch with our intuition. We can't get in touch with our inner guidance, but we can. That's the feminine side to us. And she's blocked right now. And because behind that, going back in our body, healing our shame, is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is the direction, our purpose, and where we're supposed to go. Just the beginning, but it's the plan of this is where we're going to go. Because 2 is just like that nudge of kind of feeling like we want to go, but there's a plan here. There's a plan for you, Leo, to take your life in a different direction here. And how will your life change once you start to heal this shame, these belief systems that are not true? How will your life change? Well, you know that Three of Wands that we just talked about? The Three of Wands that's blocked right now? The Three of Wands that sees these ships coming in because they're going to take your life into a new direction. That's going to turn around. You're going to get on that boat. You're going to get on that boat. Physically, realistically, I don't know, like if it's really going to happen, but you're going to get on that new direction for yourself. And this Chariot's going to take you there. But often tarot readers will talk about the Chariot as movement. Well, this is definitely movement for you. It's not the movement you're thinking of, though. Not necessarily the physical movement, because if you look at this Chariot right here, he's not physically moving. He's pretty cemented here, right? And I think this is we're going to bring back the king, our ego self into play here, because your ego self has been trying to control these mental thoughts of yours all along. It's been trying to keep you in your head all along. Well, how is your life going to change now? Well, this Chariot's going to change it for you. You're going to start now going inwards, because we had the High Priestess that talks about going inwards and back in our body, right? You're going to start getting out of your head, and this Chariot card's going to take you on your inner journey. Your inner journey. Another king here. This king's in an upright position. This is the grounded king. This is the grounded king that knows about where you're meant to go. Where you're meant to go. What your true purpose is. You're going to find that out. The Star card here. The Star card talks about healing. Right? Healing, which is in reverse. You dip your toe into the water just a little bit. And I know there's some resistance to it. And a lot of times this king, you have to be careful, because this king can become ungrounded. And this particular ego self, and that's where this ego self can come back in for you and block this whole idea of getting back in your body and feeling just a little bit at a time, because sometimes this feeling stuff can get really overwhelming. But you're going to start to feel the shame that you need to feel, this bullying that happened to you when you were younger. It's time now. You're going to start to get back into your body and start to heal that shame. And once you do, it's going to take your life into a new direction. And so I'm going to leave you with, before I pull a Sacred Medicine Oracle card for you, Leo, that's been an amazing reading for you. There's a lot here for you to digest. And I think the big part is to learning how to ground yourself, to get back into your body, and then dealing with the shame that you need to deal with. So I'm going to leave you with 2 videos. They probably are going to be playlists. The first one's going to be a playlist on grounding, and the second one's going to be shame. You get to pick whatever one you want. And like I said, they're going to be taken from my other channel, Carol Cares. And I think you'll find those helpful for you to get you on your road to healing this shame once and for all. But be very careful, because the ego self and the mind will want to tell you to stay there. But with your grounding, you're going to be able to get back in your body. And so can we have one more card here? I'm going to take the first one that came up here. And this one's called Medicine Rights Accomplishments. And so let's read what it has to say. Just a little quick blurb about number 12. Your healer guides and medicine helpers have created a sacred ceremony for you to affirm that you are on the very next level of evolution. And they are thrilled with your accomplishments. A cycle has ended, and there is space for the birthing of the new. And the cycle that's ended here is that 10 of Swords that has you, done with this mental energy. You are being applauded for your commitment to your healing path. Today they place a circle of plant medicine and flowers to adorn your crown and place their hands upon your heart so you may feel their pride. Wow. And then I'm going to read the healing affirmation at the end. My soul has grown in leaps and bounds. I celebrate my brilliance and place in this world. Absolutely. I can see this elevation for you, Leo. And it's all about working on this shame and taking your life in that new direction that I see what's happening for you right now. So take care, Leo. And remember that this is a difficult journey. So have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.